Welcome people and welcome back to the channel. So today is going to be, yes you guessed it, the final reveal of our kitchen makeover series. If you haven't watched it by now, there are 3 parts already uploaded on my channel of how I got my kitchen to this point, and this will just be closing out this series with this kitchen makeover finally. So if you haven't by now, I've already uploaded the kitchen backsplash, painting my cabinets, and painting my countertops. So that's what I'm going to be showing you today's video. By the way, if you're new here, just want to welcome you to the channel. I've gained a few little subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing and coming along on this journey. I'm so excited to see you guys here. And for my returning subscribers, thank you guys for coming back and seeing the final touch of this kitchen. Okay, so let's get to it, you guys. Now, I'm going to go and show you how this kitchen looked before when we first bought our home. This was very dated looking kind of kitchen. The house is a 1980s build, so we had the Formica cabinets. Green was splattered all over the wall, which if you watch any of my previous video, I dislike that color with a passion, especially in any of my water rooms. And to me, my water rooms are any rooms where water is more dominant: kitchens and bathrooms, laundry rooms. Those are what I call water rooms, if you didn't know. So we wanted to kind of give this kitchen an updated look, but again, renovating the kitchen, it's a lot of money, you guys. Like, you don't understand how much it takes to completely reno a space, obviously, until you buy your own space and you start looking into pricing and budgeting and contractors and all that different budget. Now, the budget we got for this kitchen, it wasn't bad. However, while trying to renovate an entire house, we couldn't have just designated that amount of money to just the kitchen when we can spread that out for now through the entire house. That's how we did our budget for our house. So in the long term, yes, we do plan on doing a full reno and kind of customizing it a little different, like realigning some things. That's why we kind of went with it this way, because we actually want to readjust some things, and that takes way more money, maybe in a permit, who knows. But this is the route we went with. So we did had a new stove and a new refrigerator when we bought the house. However, we had a very dated over-the-range vent and a very dated dishwasher, like probably the 2 same thing that came with the house when the house was built. So our goal was to set out a budget that also included the appliances, as well as trying to bring it upscale. So we did find our microwave from Facebook Marketplace, and we got that. I did say in that video it was $150, but when I went and backtracked, I actually got it for $125, and it is a Samsung over-the-range microwave, which the that microwave retail value actually right now is around between $400 and $500. So we did get it at a huge discount. With that, we also got a new not a new dishwasher. We got a dishwasher again from OfferUp, and I paid $75 for that one. So we wanted the whole kitchen to have that same stainless steel vibe, so we wanted to keep everything cohesive to bring it more up to code. It's just small things sometimes you need to bring it up code, and that's what we did as far as appliances. So now all of our appliances are sequencing with the stainless steel. So the first thing I did when I came into the kitchen was to do the backsplash. Now, could I have went with the peel and stick ones that you get from Amazon, and you take it, peel off and stick it on the wall? Yes, I could have. Believe it or not, you guys, those tiles are actually more expensive than actual tiles. However, doing the peel and stick tile, it is more it's easier. It's not as tedious as tiling. So I do get why a lot of people go that route, because it's easier. You stick it on, you can probably get it done in 30 minutes, with opposed to tiling, which could take like a few hours to a day. I did my tiles over the course of a week, and I used peel and stick vinyl tiles, but I went and I grouted them. But I did want it to be different, so I went with the herringbone style, and doing something like that actually elevated the backsplash because it didn't give it something of a simple look. It actually upgraded it. Now my hubby did come back after, because you probably are seeing this for the first time. We did run LED lights underneath the cabinets. So underneath there white lights, and then the ones on the top there are RGB LED lights, so they do turn different colors, and the ones at the bottom are just white. We chose to have it like that. We wanted a different variation, and also to add the ones at the bottom, they're dimmer. So they're two different ones, but we wanted it like that because we can control the dimmer. So the second thing we did, we painted our cabinets. They had this old brownish, creamish type of color, the basic color of a Formica cabinet. I don't even know what type of color to call it, but I wasn't feeling it. It was dated. It's okay for those who like it. I wasn't a fan of it, never was. Even when it was in style, it was never me. So I wanted something different. Now, I went in two-tone my cabinets. So my uppers are this light gray, and my bottom cabinets are black. So I wanted to two-tone to give it another variation, and two-toning cabinet colors right now is on trend, and that's another way to upscale the look. And I also did that to make sure that my cabinets didn't blend into my wall, because I did painted the wall a fresh coat of white paint because I couldn't deal with that green. No. So I painted all my water rooms, again, are white room. They're white for now. I only have one more bathroom I have to do, and actually two that I have to do that they're all going to be white, because again, water room, I just want it to be clean and fresh and, you know, enlarge the space. Okay, so I'm just gonna go on and say right now, ooh, and the AC just turned on. Families' homes, if you hear them in the background, that's just a little background noise. I'm trying to get this in because, you know, around the work schedule. So one of the next things we did is the countertops. The only logical solution was to paint it or replace it. And again, replacing it wasn't an option because that was out of budget. So I went ahead and painted my countertops. I did want the marble look. I've always wanted marble. I am a marble girl, but it's ironic that I have nothing marble in my house other than this countertop that I just painted, right? So I wanted marble. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna put marble in there. So I tried to marbleize my countertop. To me, it may not be the best looking, but to everyone else, is that marble? It looks like, okay, I'll take it. It looks like marble. Yeah. Yes, it's marble. So that's what I did. And I think my last video was me painting and epoxying, glossing the top to make it look like that marbleized look. And again, this is a makeup until we get to do what we need to do. It is an easy process to do. And again, if for some reason I grow out of like with it or want to change it, I could go back and do a vinyl wrap on it, because initially I did buy contact paper to cover it, which was a gray, but the gray was too off from the gray that was on my cabinet, so I didn't use it. But again, if for some reason I grow out of love of it and I want to change it, that's another option I can go and do. But this right now, I just wanted to secure something that was more easier. My fear with the contact paper was the heat. I did buy one that was heat resistant and water resistant, so it had a good texture to it. That's my kids. Heat resistant to it. However, my concern was if my kids were cooking, because I am teaching them how to cook, and they just rest something on the contact paper, would it have bubble up, would it have boil up, would it have cinched up? Because at the end of the day, it's still paper. So I was looking for something that was going to be more durable, because I have kids in this house, and I'm not talking with toddlers where I'm doing things for them. Now my kids are old enough where I'm teaching them to do for themselves, and that's without me present. So I was looking for ways that was functional for not just me, for my family. So that's why I went with the painted method. Initially it was for the contact paper, but you have to do what works for your household, you have to do what works for your budget, and you have to do what works for you. So that is the method I went with. We did went and change out the faucet because I needed a sprayer, guys. I just needed one. I couldn't handle that one little thing. I don't even know. I just couldn't. So we got a black one from Amazon. My husband changed it up. My husband did all of the appliances and water. Like, he's becoming an M&E plumber, electrician. Like, we discovering some new skills up in this house. You know what I'm saying? So we did that to give it a more updated look, and we did keep our sink because of the height of the base cabinet. That's another thing I learned. There are different height variations to cabinets depending on the age of the home and what you want. Our cabinets are a little bit lower. They're like 30 inches. So even if we had got a new sink, the sink would have dropped too low into the cabinets, and it would have obscured the space from the garbage disposal. So it wasn't even an option to get another sink unless we were going to replace the cabinet with a higher cabinet, because the newest sinks, the farmhouse sinks that I like, they're deeper. So they go further in the cabinet. So you need to get taller cabinets. I was getting to the stage where I just wanted to be done with this project. And let me know if you have. Normally when you're working on something so long and it's dragging out for days and weeks, you get to that point where I just want to be done. So normally my projects, I was doing it on weekends. Coming towards the end, I was trying to get it done after work, because at that point I wanted to get done and move on to the next project. So the flooring I did do after work, and we kind of took the same flooring from the living room throughout the house, and my husband kind of wanted the kitchen to have the same flooring as the rest of the house. I personally wanted the tiles, so just stay the tiles and kind of recoat it with paint, because we do have our pet in the kitchen, and she's still in that training stage, and we have kids and water splashes and all that stuff. So I was a little apprehensive, but we did it because we had the tiles, and that's another little discount there, because we got our peel and stick for a discount. Okay, so we had it. It was there, so we ran it through the rest throughout the house, and it actually looks really good. What we have to do, probably in a few. Listen, Phoenix, not right now. That's my dog, baby. Dog. So we have to get some transition strips to kind of section off each area, like certain areas from the kitchen. It'll just look better. Like, it looks cohesive now, like it all blend into one, but I do feel that if we get the transition strips, it will kind of blend and make it more cohesive. So that's what we did in the kitchen, and it actually looked nice, which, again, if we had that wood texture on the top, it kind of would have two-tone that. But, you know, you do what you have to do. So that is for the most part what I did in our kitchen. I did went and lightly decorated, added some shelves and put some decoration on the shelves. Wanted to keep it minimal, because the last thing I wanted to do is clutter up the space that I was trying to declutter in the first place, which was trying to get an over the range microwave. We did had a standalone microwave that took up that whole corner right there, and I didn't want that because I don't have a lot of counter space in here. So that's why I thought how to kind of get this range to kind of have more of a clean look. I do have my KitchenAid here. That is the one pop of color in my kitchen, and I want it to be so, because that's my beauty. You know when there's a baker in the house, because a baker will always highlight what they do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what is, and I'm not changing it. It's staying red. Red is my that's my heartfelt color. Anyway, guys, so that is for the most part what we did in this kitchen. I did add pendant lights in the last video. I did show a DIY of how I did that. That was very simple. Got some planters from Dollar Tree and kind of created that just to give that elevated look. And I did add puck lights into them, so I do have a remote that I can turn that on so that they could be functional as well. Hey Google, turn on kitchen lights.
Sure, turning the kitchen lights on.
Okay, so guys, that is it for our kitchen makeover. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you guys for following us as we do transition into this journey for the kitchen renovation, or the kitchen makeover I should say, because the renovation is in about 2 years, because that's how it is. But let's talk budget. So the budget we had in place for this kitchen was $500. Now, that may not sound like enough, or it may not sound like a lot, but we did what we had to do to make that $500 work, which is why we did a lot of just painting and all that stuff, like the more inexpensive way to go about doing it. Our paint fixture, our paints was very simple. Like, I'm gonna do a budget, and I'm gonna put the budget up on the screen of how we list and do our budget for our paint, our hardwares, our fixtures, the flooring, and the 2 appliances that we put in. So it is a very affordable way. And if you have a kitchen like this, guys, I'm just gonna tell you, because it is very, I would say, unencouraging when you watch a lot of people move into their home and the first thing they want to do is gut this and knock down that, and oh, I got to change this because I don't like this and all that stuff. Yes, all that stuff can be done if you have the budget. But sometimes, for some people, renovating a whole kitchen after buying a house for the first time is not an option. It's just the money isn't there. And I'm not ashamed to say that the money isn't there to spend $10,000, $11,000, $12,000 on just a kitchen when we have an entire house we have to do while still paying the mortgage and the bills in the house and living life. Sometimes you just can't do it. So if you're in a situation like that, and I'm not saying that to say that just don't go. If you have the money and you can do that, and you still have money in savings and you can spare that money, then go ahead, do it. Make your house your own and do what you can for you and your family to enjoy, because it is your house. And the last thing you want to be doing in your house that you pay a mortgage for is to be miserable. You want to be happy. So do what you can in your house. And right now, I love my kitchen. You can't tell me nothing. And I love it not just because it looks nice. I love it not just because it functions well. I love it because I put my hands on this. All right? My hands. We did that. We did that. So this just words of encouragement, guys. Do what you can. Not everything requires a whole lot of skills. Some things are as simple as just buying a paintbrush, buying a paint roller, buying some paint and paint tray, and rolling that thing back and forth. Literally, let's go elementary. Let's just paint. That's all it is. And you do it until you get better at it. And if you mess it up, let that dry, do it again. We're going to do the wax on, wax off, change the waxing, and get the painting, because that's what all it takes. So, guys, again, thank you guys for coming back. Hope to see you back for more renovations. I think our next project is actually, we're going to be working on our son's room. His birthday is coming up, and actually, it will probably be already past by the time you see this video, but we're working on his room to get his room updated, just like how we did with our daughter's room. She wanted her room done for her birthday, so we made it a thing to get his room done for his birthday. We are sticking with the game vibe, but we're trying to elevate it just a little bit, because we're trying to mature the skill, because I got a teenager in the house now. So if you want to see how that one's going to turn out, and I have some fun facts that's going to be in that video that you're definitely going to want to see. I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye. See, this is what I got to deal with. I'm trying to record a video, and this is her on the floor and making noise. Like, can I get through the video, please, today? Because I got to go to work. Can we do that? Yes? Yes. Thank you.